At 60,000 miles, a luxury V8 sedan should be just getting warmed up. Instead, these 10 are sending owners bills that look like mortgage payments. We're talking $6,000 suspension jobs, engine rebuilds pushing $20,000, dealer quotes so brutal that people just park the car and walk away. And the worst part, the problems don't announce themselves at the dealership. They wait until the warranty is gone, the mileage climbs, and then they hit all at once. If you own one of these, or you're about to buy one, you need to watch this right now. Number 10. Genesis G90. The TAL V8 under the hood of the Genesis G90 is legitimately impressive. It makes 420 horsepower, pulls smoothly and strong, and when you drive a G90 back-to-back against a BMW 7 Series or Mercedes S-Class, you come away thinking the Korean brand genuinely belongs in the conversation. Here's what the conversation doesn't include: what happens after 60,000 miles. The 5-liter TAL uses gasoline direct injection, and GDI carbon buildup is a real and documented issue in this engine. At 60,000 to 80,000 miles, intake valves start accumulating carbon deposits that reduce efficiency, cause rough idle, and trigger misfires. The fix is walnut blasting, a labor-intensive cleaning process that runs $800 to $1,200 at a shop. Not catastrophic, but not what you expect when you buy something positioned as a flagship. The deeper issue is the dealer network. Genesis has fewer than 260 dealers across the entire United States. For context, Toyota has over 1,200. If you're in a secondary market and something goes wrong, your nearest Genesis certified technician might be a 90-minute drive away. Owners on Genesis forums describe multi-week service appointments simply because parts aren't being stocked locally. That's a real problem when service costs require a specialist, not a neighborhood shop. And the resale math is rough. The G90 depreciates fast. A 2021 G90 that's stickered at around $80,000 is clearing the mid to upper 30s today. Great news if you're buying used. A genuine problem if you own one. Number 9. Chrysler 300 CSRT8. The 6.4-liter Hemi in the SRT8 is one of the more honest engines on this list. It makes 470 horsepower. It sounds the part. And in its early miles, it delivers everything it promises. Mechanics who know pushrod V8 genuinely respect the Hemi architecture. Simple, proven, accessible. The engine is not where this car falls apart. What starts unraveling after 60,000 miles is everything surrounding it. The electrical architecture in second-generation Chrysler 300 models is a known pain point. Uconnect system failures become more frequent. The TIPM, the totally integrated power module, which controls nearly every electrical function in the car, starts misbehaving. The TIPM houses the fuel pump relay internally, which is a common failure point. When this relay fails, your fuel pump won't run, even though the rest of your electrical system works fine. Random warning lights, power accessories that stop responding, window regulators that fail, and the 5-speed automatic transmission, while capable early on, develops shudder and hesitation issues past the 60,000-mile mark on higher output variants if fluid services get skipped. Here's the real problem though. The SRT8 was never positioned as a long-term ownership proposition by the segment it's competing in. BMW M5 owners have a service network everywhere. SRT8 owners have a Stellantis parts supply chain that has been under serious financial strain, and that affects response times, parts availability, and dealer confidence in diagnosing unusual issues on a higher performance platform. Owners on SRT8 forums are not complaining about the engine. They're complaining about everything else on the car, acting their age all at once. Number 8. Infiniti Q70/M56. There was a window in the early 2000s when the Infiniti M56, later renamed the Q75.6, looked like a legitimate European sports sedan alternative. The VK56 VDV8 made 420 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, sharp enough handling that car and driver actually paid attention. Infiniti had something real here. They just stopped developing it. The Q70 was officially discontinued after 2019, with no direct replacement announced. And when a manufacturer kills a model and walks away, the ownership math changes completely. Parts sourcing becomes a question mark. Technicians who specialize in the platform become harder to find, and used car buyers know all of this, which is exactly why values collapse. But there's a mileage-specific problem layered on top. The VK56VD is known to develop oil consumption issues past 70,000 miles on higher mileage examples, with documented concerns around valve stem seals, as well as timing chain stretch and catalyst converter degradation that can accelerate internal engine damage if left unmonitored. The 7-speed automatic in these cars also requires precise fluid maintenance, and skipping intervals past 60,000 miles significantly increases the risk of shudder and harsh shifts that escalate from a fluid service to a valve body replacement. Infiniti is also now co-locating some dealerships with Nissan stores, sharing the same building and lot. Infiniti's own guidelines mandate separate entrances, showrooms, and service teams. But think about that dynamic when you bring in a $55,000 V8 sedan for diagnosis, and the service department is a partition away from a store selling Sentra leases. The Q70 is an orphaned car being handled by dealers who are increasingly prioritizing volume over expertise. Number 7. Cadillac CT6V Blackwing. This one is genuinely tragic, because the CT6 Blackwing is a remarkable machine. The 4.2-liter twin-turbocharged V8 was hand-assembled by a single technician at the Performance Build Center, located inside the Corvette assembly plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the same facility that builds Corvette Z06 engines. It made 550 horsepower, and it drove like a proper performance sedan, in a segment GM hadn't seriously competed in for years. GM built it for exactly 2 model years, 2019 and 2020. That was it. Production numbers were tiny. And when you own a car with limited production, a discontinued nameplate, and a specialized hand-built engine, the ownership experience after 60,000 miles becomes a very specific kind of uncomfortable. Dealer technicians who are trained and experienced on this exact platform are rare. Parts that were already low volume are becoming genuinely difficult to source, and the twin-turbo system on this engine requires attentive maintenance, turbo oil supply line checks, intercooler coolant flushes, services that require a technician who actually knows what they're looking at. There's also the insurance dimension. Some carriers are charging elevated premiums on the Blackwing simply because collision repair data on a 2-year production run is limited. You can't price what you don't have data on. The CT6 Blackwing may be the best Cadillac sedan ever built. It is also one of the most isolated ownership experiences in the luxury V8 segment past 60,000 miles. Number 6. Maserati Ghibli S. The engine in the Maserati Ghibli S has a Ferrari connection. That is a genuinely exciting sentence. The 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged V6 is designed and assembled by Ferrari at its Maranello factory, a genuine Italian thoroughbred, under the hood of a sub-$100,000 sedan. On a test drive, it sounds the part completely. Here's the thing about exciting Ferrari-built engines in sub-$100,000 Italian sedans. They still cost Ferrari money to maintain. Past 60,000 miles, the Ghibli S starts presenting owners with a very specific set of bills. Fuel injector replacements run $3,000 to $5,000 for the set. Turbocharger boost hose failures are a documented issue on these engines, and the parts are not sitting on a shelf at your nearest shop. The recommended annual service interval involves visits costing $800 to $1,200 when done at a Maserati dealer, a figure that reflects the oil change combined with mandatory inspections and fluid services. And Maserati's US dealer network is sparse enough that in many markets that dealer is the only option. Owners on Maserati forums, and this is a consistent pattern, describe a particular kind of disillusionment. The car is brilliant to drive. The moment something goes wrong after the warranty expires, the bills arrive, and the love affair becomes complicated very quickly. One owner described getting a single diagnosis appointment quote that was more than they paid for their previous car. And then there is the Stellantis reality. Maserati's parent company is under significant financial strain. The brand is contracting. Dealer count is not growing. When you factor depreciation on top of the maintenance exposure, Ghibli S ownership past 60,000 miles is one of the most expensive propositions in this segment. Real quick, if this data is helping you make a smarter decision, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps us keep making content like this. Okay, top 5, and this is where it gets genuinely painful. Number 5. Jaguar XJL Supercharged. There is no V8 luxury sedan on this entire list that sounds better than a supercharged Jaguar XJL. The 5-liter AJ-V8 with the Roots-type Eaton TVS supercharger makes a sound at full throttle that nothing in the segment can touch. 470 horsepower, long wheelbase. The interior is a genuine piece of art. Automotive journalists ran out of words describing how good the XJL was to drive. 2019 was the last model year. That detail matters more than almost anything else on this list. Jaguar discontinued the XJL, pulled it from the market with no successor ready, and then launched a complete brand repositioning that has taken their US presence essentially to zero. The bridge has been burned on the gas-powered XJL existing in any supported form going forward. What that means, practically for an XJL owner past 60,000 miles, is this: you are increasingly on your own. The air suspension system, a pneumatic rear self-leveling setup, working alongside Jaguar's continuously variable damping, CVD, electronics, not to be confused with the older cats. Adaptive damping system begins showing compressor failures and air spring degradation past 60,000 to 80,000 miles. A full air suspension rebuild at a specialist runs $4,000 to $8,000. Jaguar's electrical architecture also has known long-term gremlins. In-control infotainment systems in 2015 to 2019 models are aging out of software support, and the orphaned car market is brutal. When buyers know a brand is in retreat, used values reflect their anxiety. The XJL is a world-class driving machine, being slowly abandoned by the infrastructure that supports it. Number 4. Audi A8L. Audi built the D4 generation A8L to make a statement. Aluminum space frame construction, air suspension on all 4 corners, a 4.2-liter FSI V8 making 372 horsepower. Every surface in the cabin felt like it was engineered by someone who was personally offended by the idea of cutting corners. At its 2011 launch, this car was among the most technologically advanced sedans ever built. All of that technology has a bill attached to it. That bill arrives past 60,000 miles. The 4.2 FSI V8 uses direct injection, which means carbon buildup on intake valves is not an if, it's a when. Preventive walnut blasting is recommended from as early as 40,000 to 60,000 miles, by 70,000 to 90,000 miles. Without it, the deposits are advanced, and the service is a necessity, not a recommendation. But the walnut blast service on an A8L is not a straightforward job. The engine sits in a complex engine bay, requiring significant disassembly time. Plan on $1,500 to $2,500. The air suspension is where the real financial anxiety lives. A8L owners describe an eventual sequence. One air spring fails, then a second, then the compressor that's been working overtime to compensate goes. A full four-corner rebuild using OEM components at an Audi dealer runs $5,000 to $8,000. Non-OEM options exist and cut that price significantly, but purists and warranty-conscious owners pay the Audi rate. And then there's MMI. The multimedia interface computer system in D4A8L models ages badly. Screen delamination, unresponsive inputs, and full unit failures, requiring $1,500 to $2,500 replacement, are increasingly common in higher mileage examples. The A8L 4.2 is a masterpiece of engineering. It is also one of the most expensive masterpieces to maintain past 60,000 miles in this entire segment. Number 3. Mercedes-Benz S550. The W221 S550 was the definitive luxury sedan of its generation. The 5.5-liter M273 or 4.7-liter M278 V8 made 382 to 429 horsepower, depending on the year. The ABC active body control suspension eliminated body roll so completely that car and driver called the driving experience surreal. Every road surface became smooth. Every corner was flat. It felt like a magic trick. The trick comes with a price tag that Mercedes doesn't mention at the dealership. A BC active body control is the W221 signature feature and its most notorious long-term liability. The system uses hydraulic struts at each corner, fed by a high-pressure hydraulic pump to actively counteract body movement in real time. When it works, it's genuinely remarkable. When it fails past 60,000 to 80,000 miles, and it does fail, the pump replacement alone runs $3,000 to $6,000 at a Mercedes dealer. Individual hydraulic struts are $1,200 to $2,000 each. Owners who need a full ABC refresh are facing $8,000 to $12,000 in suspension work on a car they may have bought used for $25,000. The M273 V8 also has a documented balance shaft idler gear failure issue in earlier production years, where the timing chain wears down the soft metal teeth of the idler sprocket, causes slack in the chain, and eventually drives camshaft timing out of spec, which, if left unaddressed, causes catastrophic internal engine damage. Mercedes issued a technical service bulletin, and a class action lawsuit was later settled in 2015, providing extended repair coverage up to 10 years or 125,000 miles for engines within the affected serial number range. Owners who didn't get the fix, done proactively, have paid the consequences. The most common description of the W221 S550 on owner forums is some version of this: an incredible car that someone else should have owned through its warranty period. The out-of-warranty ownership experience is among the most expensive in the V8 luxury sedan segment. Full stop. Number 2. BMW 750i. BMW engineers have built some of the finest engines in automotive history. The N63 is not one of them, and BMW knows it. The N63 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 was BMW's flagship V8 from 2008 onward. On paper, it was impressive 400 horsepower. Twin turbos mounted in the valley between the cylinder banks. A hot V configuration that allowed for quicker spool. In practice, that configuration placed the turbos inside the engine, where heat had nowhere to go. Owners and technicians began calling it the death engine on BMW forums, and that label stuck. Here is what the N63 does past 60,000 miles. Oil consumption accelerates to the point where BMW's own documentation classifies 1 quart per 750 miles as within acceptable parameters. 1 quart per 750 miles. Valve stem seals fail, accelerating the consumption. Injectors are vulnerable to failure, with a full set replacement running $3,000 to $5,000. Timing chain, guide rail, wear triggers, timing chain replacement. A job that, on an N63, involves extensive disassembly, including turbocharger removal and timing cover access, and runs $6,000 to $10,000 at an independent shop, or significantly more. BMW actually issued a customer care package for certain N63 vehicles an acknowledgement that the engine had systemic problems, requiring proactive intervention. Owners who received the package got complimentary repairs. Owners who bought used outside the program window often had no idea the package existed until the bills started arriving. One forum member documented a single repair visit on their 2010 750i that totaled over $22,000. The engine survived. Their confidence in the brand did not. Number 1. Maserati Quattroporte GTS. Everything that could go wrong with a V8 luxury sedan after 60,000 miles reaches its logical conclusion with the Maserati Quattroporte GTS. This is not a car that has one major problem. This is a car where the ownership model was never designed to survive the warranty period in anyone's hands, but the most resourced buyers on the planet. The 3.8-liter Ferrari-derived twin-turbocharged V8 makes 523 horsepower, and it sounds absolutely magnificent. The name Quattroporte, Italian for 4 doors, carries 60 years of motorsport heritage. On a winding road, with nothing going wrong mechanically, this is one of the most emotionally compelling sedans ever built. Past 60,000 miles, the costs arrive without mercy. The Quattroporte uses a ZF 8-speed automatic that has been specifically calibrated and modified for Maserati's software architecture. When it develops issues, and owners report shudder, harsh engagement, and hesitation at highway speed, the repair is not a standard ZF transmission service. It is a Maserati-specific job that requires Maserati-trained technicians and Maserati-sourced components. Labor alone on a full transmission inspection and valve body replacement runs $3,000 to $6,000. The turbochargers, the fuel injectors, the suspension components, the electrical systems, the proprietary electronics that require dealer-level diagnostic equipment to even read error codes properly. Every one of these becomes a significant cost event past 60,000 miles. And then the resale picture. The Quattroporte loses approximately 53% of its value within 3 years, and around 64% within 5 years, with losses climbing towards 77% by year 7. A car that left the showroom at approximately $140,000 to $143,000 is commonly clearing $35,000 to $40,000 on the used market several years later. That depreciation is not a coincidence. The market is accurately pricing the ownership exposure that waits for the next buyer. Stellantis, the parent company, has absorbed staggering financial losses. Maserati's future is genuinely uncertain. Dealer count is contracting, parts support timelines are extending, and owners on Maserati forums describe a particular kind of loyalty that coexists with a kind of exhaustion. The car is too beautiful to let go of, and too expensive to keep. That is the Maserati Quattroporte GTS in 2026, a masterpiece with a 60,000-mile countdown clock built in. So which one surprised you most? Or worse, are you currently living with one of these repair bills? Drop your experience in the comments below. We read every single one, and if this video saved you from a mistake, hit subscribe. We break down the real ownership numbers every single week, so you don't have to find out the hard way. See you in the next one.